Welcome everybody to the first game of the JSL Evolutions League. We got a match between Samwise and Solar today. Should be a pretty good one. I'm joined with Unreal Gamer, or Unrefined Gamer. I don't know why I keep trying to call you Unreal Gamer.
Hey, I can be Unreal, that's fine. How's it going, guys?
Let me just get this thing set up. WCS, they probably want the Game Heart mod. Alright. Make me a ref. Him up there. Oh wait, no, that's you.
Yeah, I don't want to play.
You sure you don't want to play?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Let me know when y'all ready. Alright. We'll get the match started up here shortly. As soon as these guys are ready, we'll head in. We got a Protoss versus Terran today.
Ooh, both diamonds too.
Wait,
this
no,
is going to be a
Zerg,
fun
apparently.
match.
Never mind.
Zerg.
Protoss versus
Okay.
Zerg.
PVZ.
We got Sam ready. Waiting for Solar City's ready. Alright. Go, go.
Go, go.
Perfect.
And just so the stream knows, this is a best-of-3 setup.
Yep. Best of 3 format. The loser of this map will pick the map for the next game.
Right.
But this first map, Ephemeron, was chosen by the admins of the JSL tournament. So every week there'll be a new map played for the first game, and then after that, whoever loses the first match will pick the second map. And then obviously for the third map as well, if we have a tie, have to go to the tiebreaker map. The loser of the second match will pick that one as well. All right. Do you want to introduce the first player?
All right. So in your top left, you have your purple Protoss. You have Samwise.
Playing for the Platinum League Heroes. And in the bottom right, we have the red Zerg. His name is Solar. And Solar already going with that extractor trick. I see so many Zergs doing that. Honestly, I feel like it's not the best.
It's a little complicated. You lose a little minerals.
I just don't like the mineral
I'd rather
option.
just play it straight, you know?
Yeah. I've never been a fan of losing those minerals. I just don't see the point in it. But
Right. And Samwise is already starting his wall with his first gateway.
Sam opted for the Pylon Scout as well. He must be he's been hurt one too many times by early pools.
I always Pylon Scout Zerg as Protoss.
I don't blame you. But he comes up, sees no early pool. This looks like, for now anyway, it's going to be a macro game. I mean,
yeah,
Solar
he sees
could
no
definitely
pool at
go
all,
into something.
actually.
Solar could definitely still Ling Rush. There are delayed Ling Rush strats, but for now, everything's looking good. Looks like a normal macro game.
Yeah,
We got
so
Solar
he
sending
gets
over
vision of
Frost as well.
Yeah, he gets vision of the spawning pool, which just started.
Yep.
So he knows the timing of that. His Nexus goes down as well for his natural.
Perfect. Everything's looking pretty standard. And both of these guys are diamond players, so they definitely have, you know, a pretty decent grasp of what they're doing here. So we're probably not going to see anything super odd. I wouldn't imagine. Since you are in Samwise's clan, do you have any insight as to how he plays or not?
Actually, Samwise is one of the few that I haven't played against in Platinum Heroes.
Okay.
So no, it'll actually be refreshing to see.
Yeah, so I know nothing about either of these players, so I do not know how they play. I took a quick look just through their match history to see how they play, and it looks like both of them usually go for like macro games. But you know, you never know in a tournament style what people are gonna do.
Oh, I definitely know. We see a Stargate going down.
Yeah, going for that Stargate play. He's probably gonna be going for some Oracle harass. Maybe get a couple of Phoenixes out.
An Adept coming out already as well.
Yep.
The wall is being finished.
Samwise got that probe on patrol there at the front of the Zerg natural. Sees those Lings moving out. That's a pretty decent catch. So he throws down the gateway right away to complete that wall. That way the Lings can't slip in. I like that. He's not opting to send his first adept out to scout the third base timing though.
No, he has to complete that wall. He knows that the Lings are coming.
Yep.
He knows that
Everything's
forlings
good.
aren't really going to do anything here, but it's keeping the adept right where he wants him.
Yeah. I'd like to see that second adept go out though, to try to get some sort of scouting in. At least get a scout over the drone count, if nothing else. Still looking pretty standard. We just got speed going up for the Zerg. Looks like he's going for link speed. Getting a third base down. Samwise is going into Oracle like I thought he would. Probably try to get some harass done. I imagine after this Oracle is built, he will attempt to build some, maybe a Phoenix, maybe 2 Phoenix, and try to get some worker harass with the Phoenix as well.
Right. One thing to note, though, Solar actually got both gases in his main, which is kind of odd for a Zerg to do this early on.
Yeah, he did get early gas. That is strange. He got early gas, but he hasn't. Okay, he did get a lair, but he didn't go any Roach Warren, which is strange. Yeah. Usually, when you see gas that early, they're going for early roaches.
He might be going for like a Ling Bane Muta type play.
Could be,
because not seeing the
throw down two. He did just throw down 2 Evos.
2 Evos, yeah. I did see that.
Got some drone damage coming down here. Looks like he got maybe 4, but
9.
He loses the Oracle. Ooh.
Yeah,
he got
losing
9
the Oracle's
workers,
not great.
I guess that's pretty good.
And he forced out 2 Spore Crawlers, so that's 11 drones right there.
Yeah, forcing the Spore Crawlers is nice, but I like keeping that Oracle alive because you can just get so much scouting done with that that revelation ability that the Oracle has. You can revelate the Zerg army just over and over again, see exactly where his army is at all times. So losing that Oracle does hurt, but I mean, getting the 9 kills, I feel like it's pretty worth it.
All right, so he's escorting his probe over to take his third. Is Samwise. Right.
Still hasn't noticed these lings chilling out in front of his natural.
It's either that or he's just flat out ignoring.
Or he just doesn't care.
Yeah, because I mean, if you attack him, then that pulls the attention of the Zerg and everything. If he's not paying attention to it, then just leave him be. But we do have a
coming out and charge, so he's probably gonna be going for a mortal charge on Archon on the side of the Protoss here.
Yeah, standard, fairly standard Protoss.
Either that, he does have quite a bit of sentries. He might be trying to do some sort of sentry push as well.
So the Roach Warren goes down after the infestation pit, behind the main, and he did go for range and carapace +1 on his upgrades. So interesting little.
Yeah, this is an interesting build for the Zerg. I don't exactly know what his plan is here. I mean, infestation pit would make me think he wants to make infestors, but he's going for swarm host. Okay. So he's going to be going for swarm host Nidus.
Yeah, swarm host Nidus.
That's going to be tough for the Protoss. He needs to figure out that this is happening to him like immediately.
So the good thing is the Oracle is coming over.
Yep, the Oracle is going to come over. Let's see what.
And it might just be like a yeet straight into the main. Hopefully.
He needs to scout the
he got the revelation, but he's backing off.
Yeah. Oh man, these swarm hosts are gonna hurt. That's 6 swarm hosts now. Yeah. It doesn't look like he's going for a Nidus though. Is he just planning on walking these things across the map?
But the other thing is, like, you still have this Overlord sitting on this pervert pillar at the natural, so he sees all of these Templar.
Yep.
He sees. He sees
Storm coming out for the Protoss. I like that.
Ooh, that's interesting. And he is just walking the swarm host across the map. That is an interesting tactic.
Yeah, that is strange. I mean, I feel like if you're gonna make that many swarm hosts and commit this hard to it, I feel like you might as well go for the Nidus as well. Right. Give those swarm hosts a little bit of extra protection. Like, what if this Oracle spotted these
My main concern is that there's no army around this swarm host.
Oh, the probe just spotted the
literally just walking into the third.
He walked right up to the third and drops his locust. Did not care at all. And Samwise's army is stuck behind his hold position adept. He's not going to be able to get over there and save his third base in time. He loses it.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
5 probes along with it. His whole army is stuck behind this adept that is blocking the wall.
He finally moves the hold position adept, but the damage has been done.
You see, that's the kind of situation right there where the select all army hotkey might have actually helped him.
Well, normally, wouldn't you have that adept in the control group with the rest of your army? Because at that point, you're already, going for it. Okay, so he's going to deny the 4
Now we're gonna get a deny on
with
the
these
4th.
locusts.
Like
But
I said,
again,
these swarm hosts, man.
these swarm hosts are unprotected.
They are unprotected, but
All
at the same
all
time,
the Protoss has to do is attack the swarm host.
That's what I always tell people. The best counter to swarm host play when somebody asks me how to deal with it is just attack. If you stay on defense for too long against swarm hosts, the swarm hosts are just going to pick you apart. You got to get across the map and put pressure on him. Force him to use those swarm hosts in defense, because that's where they fall off in efficiency.
Right, and so you see where the swarm hosts are going. They're gonna throw their
hit
babies into the natural.
Yep.
Which is, normal swarm host play.
And Samwise is across the other side of the map, desperately searching for these things. Little does he know. He's about to get hit.
Honestly, I think he's just getting tired of it. He's just going to attack into the base. He's like, hey, I'll just make you pull your guys back on defense.
He needs to. After
but
this attack,
he is down in upgrades, though. That's one thing, because he only has +1 in charge and storm.
Here comes a big attack, though. Samwise has had enough. He's like, all right, I am done with your swarm host nonsense, sir.
He's going to see the smallish Roach Ravager ball.
In the first couple of miles whiff, but they work just kind of like a measure to keep them back.
Right.
Decent storm connects, I guess.
Ooh.
It's coming in. Oh, that was a juicy storm. Oh,
that
one hurts. Here come all the locusts, though. He needs to pull back away from these locusts. Pull back.
Especially all these high Templar.
Oh, the Templar, no.
Why would you leave the Templar there?
No. You just lost all the teeth of this
he's
army.
about to lose his prism.
But he is taking out the Zerg army, which is nice. And like I said, these swarm hosts, once they use their locusts, they are terrible in defense.
Right. Okay,
he
so
needs to keep
not
the attack
a bad
going.
fight.
Yeah, he needs to keep
You did lose your High Templar, but you still have a couple Archons
and 3
Immortals.
the prism?
He did lose the prism.
Oh, that's pretty rough. He needs to make... Okay, he is making another prism right now. You can see in the production tab.
Right.
So that's good. He needs to get that
2-2's about to finish. Solar needs to get an army protecting this natural.
Yeah. Oh, Solar just taps out. Couldn't handle it. Whew.
That was an interesting game.
He discovered the counter to swarm host. Just attack. That's what I tell people all the time.
It's a counter to BCs, and
all you gotta do, if you're getting picked apart by swarm hosts, you cannot just stay on the defense. You have to go and take the pressure to him. It was well done by Samwise. Good play, and honestly, good play by Solar as well. The swarm host did a lot of damage.
Yes.
He just wasn't able to transition out of him quick enough. He needed to get a better army going, try to get some more defense up. Because if you're going swarm host, you got to expect attack to be coming. All right, looks like we want Eternal. So just don't GG if I don't get it in. Wait, what? Just don't period. Oh, we're having a little bit of banter here. Okay.
Right. I mean, my biggest question thinking about that game is when he was running around the swarm host and everything and distracting his enemy, I expected there to be more of more economy built up, more of an army built up. Then when we look back at his base, we're like, that's a rather small Roach Ravager ball.
See, that's the thing with swarm hosts. To make them work, you really, like I said, you really have to, behind it, you have to be building up an army, because if you're going swarm host, you have to expect that eventually the Protoss is going to say, okay, screw this, I'm coming for you. So you have to be building up an army behind it, gaining an economy lead as much as you can, getting those roaches up. But yeah, I mean,
and it just seems like that's what was lacking.
Sometimes you just kind of tunnel vision on those swarm hosts. I mean, I've done it myself. You tunnel vision on the attack, and then you forget to do any macro at home. And I would suspect that's what happened to Solar in that one.
Right.
All right, we're getting the next map loaded up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed match number 1. We are going into the game match, potentially, if Samwise wins here.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I picked the
So
wrong map.
honestly, in all honesty, I just want to see Solar focus hard on macro and the getting as big of an army as possible, and then just consistently throwing his army at the Protoss. I feel like that would have won that game
Yeah, for sure. I picked the wrong
because he
map.
was ahead in
My bad.
upgrades. You know, he was fun.
All right, now we
I
got the
was
right map.
wondering what map you were doing there.
I typed in Eternal and I picked the very first one because usually the first one on the list is like the most recent map, but apparently it wasn't that time.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Your stream. Oh shoot! I forgot to change my stream title.
Still on testing.
let me change that real quick. Thank you, Tasney.
All right.
Now
They're ready to go.
get ready to go. All right. Let's get into it. Sorry, first time caster here. We got to work out the kinks, all right?
Hey, kinks are being worked out, man. This is fun.
Okay, Eternal Empire. This is always a strange map to me, man.
Oh, this is my favorite map.
I mean,
I knew
I
from
don't
the moment it was
dislike
announced, it was gonna be my favorite.
Why
I
is it
love
your
this
favorite?
map. I love this map. I don't know why. All right, so in our top right, we have the filthy creep spreading Zerg Solar.
And in the bottom left, the winner of match one, potentially on game match, we have our Protoss hero, Samwise. All right. I'm doing that pylon scouting again. So, explain to me why do you like this map again? Why is it your favorite?
I like the aesthetic. I like the symmetry of it. I just overall I like this map. I'm a very borderline OCD type person, so I love this map.
It is a pretty looking map. Like the
Yeah.
expansion paths, like the long twisting corridor there, almost looks like an S kind of. It does look very nice. Oh, Samwise is gonna be trying to block the expansion of Solar. That is always an annoying. Oh, he pulled out a little bit too far, and Solar was able to put it down. That's rough. As a
I
Zerg
want to
player,
say
though,
even professional and ex-professional players mess that up.
yep, that is. It's not easy to keep that probe just going along and not just have it die instantly.
Oh, spawning pool before gas. It's important to note.
Yep. Means he's not going to be going. Well, he does get a gas now, but his link speed is going to be slightly delayed because of that. Not like ridiculously delayed. If he does decide to go for it, he might not.
If he pulls 3 drones directly off instead of basically making them and rallying them directly to the gas like I do from time to time,
right.
like he does there, he pulls 3 straight from the mineral line, and then he'll be fine. Okay, so natural going down. Looks like a 1 gate expand for our Protoss.
Yep, normal build out of the Protoss. One gate expand into Cybercore. Nothing too strange. There's no proxies or anything, so it's looking like we're gonna have another macro game. I really like this patrolling probe outside of the net for Samwise. Yes. It just helps him catch any links come out. I do that in all my games as well. I think it's a really good idea.
Early warning system.
I'm kind of nervous about Samwise's wall. I feel like when he puts his third building here, it is not going to be a wall. I'm nervous about it.
I'll admit, this wall is tricky to get right. That's why a lot of people don't like Zen, because the wall is really tricky to get right. But he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Okay.
The only way that this wall could get messed up is if those rocks go down.
I would like to see Solar. He can actually bring that Overlord to this pillar that's sitting right outside the net. He would get more vision of it.
Yeah, I'm
Because that is
kind of
actually a high
surprised that he
ground.
didn't.
Yeah, that is actually a high ground mission
Yeah,
point.
that is the normal pervert pillar spot for overlords. Depth out, already finishing the wall, takes down one zealot
Yep.
or
We just got a
zergling.
nice little poke in. Didn't just saw he was doing a normal build,
Mhm.
but didn't see a whole lot. What do we got behind this? We're going Robo this game out of Samwise, so we're gonna be going for some Robo units instead of the Stargate. So
I
things we
feel
could
like
see out of that would be things like a Immortal Sentry all in on 2 bases. We could see DTs potentially since he got his Cyber Core as well. So there's a couple different things he could do from that.
yeah, his Twilight is finished.
Yep, he does have a
I
Twilight.
feel
Oh,
like
yep.
the third
Look at
for
that.
Solar right now is
He's getting DTs.
earlier than before. Yes, he is getting that beautiful Dark Shrine,
So what he's
and
gonna
I
be?
hope that a Warp Prism comes out of this.
I was gonna say
And
what he
I
should be doing here
love it.
is he should be getting a Warp Prism out of this, and then he's got these 2 gates behind it, and so that'll make it so he'll get across to Solar's third base at about 4 minutes and 50 seconds, and if Solar does not react properly and get a Spore Crawler in his third base's mineral line, then Samwise is going to be able to snipe that third and pretty much just put a complete stranglehold on Solar's economy. And it is,
Well, you
as
also
a
have
Zerg
to
player,
think
it is
about it.
tough to come back from that.
Because if you go from Samwise's view, he doesn't know that the third is there.
He does not,
So
which is why I like to scout
normally,
with that Adept.
right. So normally, if I don't think a third is there, I'm gonna put it in that neutral zone right behind the third, so I can drop into the main.
Right.
And if he does that, then it's kind of like an early warning system. Unless he drops them here.
Honestly, if I was Samwise, I would just assume that there was a third and go for it anyway.
Right.
And if there isn't a third, then I would just morph them into Archons and go home. And
These are Dark Templar.
Solar, we're getting Roaches out a little bit earlier than last time. No Infestation Pit this time, so it doesn't look like he's going to be doing the same Swarm Host the way they did last time. And here comes Samwise, and there is no Spore Crawler, so this third base is going to get sniped. This
the third base will go down, but I would have enjoyed seeing at least one going to do something else besides just sniping that, because
I mean,
could have done more.
What's going to happen behind this, or what should happen? Oh, losing a DT kind of sucks. But what should happen behind this is Samwise is going to go home. He's going to get +1, or he should get +1. He's going to get up to 3 Immortals, a few Sentries, and charge. And then he's going to attack around 7 minutes with a Immortal Zealot Sentry army. And it is... Like, I do this build all the time when I play Protoss against Zerg, and every time I'm able to snipe the third of the Zerg, I think I win almost every game that I'm able to do that. So, this
Samwise just put down 8 more gates.
Yep.
On top of the 4 he already had.
That's exactly
He's getting ready for a Roach push from nobody's business.
The only thing I don't like is he is not upgrading charge right now. He should be getting charge.
I agree.
Oh, he's going to be going... Is he going for Adepts? Or is he just going to be going all Sentry? He's going for an earlier push than I would, with no Zealots.
I agree, because
I feel like he needs charge.
I would just be getting ready for the 1-1 timing.
And Solar behind it has a pretty decent Roach. Honestly, he's responded to this pretty well. He banked up a bunch of Roaches. He's got 2 bases going down. I really like the response from Solar.
I don't like the move command on that. That wasn't too great, but only lost a few Zerglings.
I'm not sure about this attack for Samwise without charge. I just don't see it doing anything without charge.
Alright, so we see more Roaches queued up. 2-2 is hearted.
He's going to be able to snipe this base, but the good thing for Solar is he does have another one coming up. Oh, okay, he does cancel it.
Oh, yeah, the cancel does go off. Okay, good. Okay, so we're seeing...
not the best force fields there, but he does drive Solar back. He's morphing in some more Zealots. Oh, those are much better force fields there. He managed to cut up quite a few Roaches there. What I would like to see out of Solar is more Roaches, and then maybe get a couple of Spine Crawlers at home, just for any sort of backup.
He should just be making Roaches right now.
Roaches and Ravages, though, he needs a lot of them.
Yes,
and
most definitely.
He needs the Biles to land like money shots. But without charge, it's a lot less scary without charge, I will say.
Well, I mean,
But
if
it's
you
still
look at the
scary.
upgrades, the only upgrade that Samwise has is Warp Gate.
Yep.
So
I mean-
he is at a definite disadvantage. He needs to make some big damage here.
Yep. I don't like this. Yeah, he needs to back up. Back up.
Oh, yeah, that Warp Prism is
yeah.
very low.
Those
Ooh.
sentries are running low on energy as well, so he's not going to be able to get all those juicy force fields in. And like I said, without charge, these zealots just cannot catch up to the roaches, and the roaches can just kite them until the end of time. Yeah, this just isn't going to work without charge. Right now, Samwise needs to go home. He needs to establish a third base and come back.
Because he's not able to warp in a full.
He's just not able to warp in
anymore.
anything that's scary. Like, zealots right now without charge just aren't scary to the Zerg.
Now he's picking up and he's like, okay, I need to leave.
Yeah, he should have done this.
But you're going to have this big Roach Ravager ball coming in behind you.
Solar played that well. He respected the push. He built a lot of roaches, got some good Ravager shots in. He did not drone during that, which I actually like.
Yes,
he respected the push.
But it was immediate. As soon as Samwise started backing out, you saw a round of 8 drones immediately.
Right. Now what I would like to see out of Solar, though, is I would like him to take another base right now. Okay, he does.
There you go. His 4th.
Perfect.
What I do like, though, is Solar is sitting at 2-2, and Charge and Storm are not finished yet.
I don't like this attack.
He needs us to do damage. Yeah, I wouldn't have taken this path. I would have taken it around to attack the 3rd.
Yeah, I would have attacked the 3rd over here. But
getting that Warp Prism is great, though.
Yeah, that was some big shots right there. He just broke right through. And these Zealots still don't have any charge, so they're not going to be able to do anything.
Charge is almost finished.
Yep. Yeah, I think this is going to be GG for Solar here. He's going to take game 2. I just don't see how Samwise can come back from this. Attacking the probes, he's going to get this 3rd. Yep, Samwise calls it GG. Well played. Solar defended that beautifully.
We have a game on our hands.
We do. Going into game 3, that's exciting.
Very.
I was kind of hoping we'd have a game 3. I hope that it wouldn't just be a 2-game.
Me too.
All right. Yeah, I think that lack of charge really killed.
He definitely overstayed his welcome in the charge hurt.
He needed charge and he needed +1 too. +1 isn't quite as important as charge, but it's still important.
Well, but like I said, he didn't even have +1 started.
Yeah, he didn't.
When the second the retaliation attack came, and Solar was on 2-2. You just can't defend that much of a Roach Ravager ball when you don't have any upgrades. You don't have armor. You don't have anything.
Like, that push is only scary because of charge. Without it, there's just you just can't do anything with it. All right, we're going into Nightshade for our 3rd and final match. Whoever wins this one will be the winner of Week 1. I believe this is Group B of the Evolutions bracket. Let me make myself referee. Solar up there. Perfect. So we're going into Nightshade, and honestly, I don't like this map because it is so dark.
This map is fine.
This is such a dark map.
The only bad map in this pool right now is Zed.
Yeah, true. That is true.
I have played a total of 3 matches on Zen. And sadly, I have 100% win rate on it, but I still never play it.
All right, our players are ready, and we are heading into the final match. Who will come out on top? This has been a good series. Both games have been quite good.
Now, do you want to see some cheese? Do you want to see something a little bit different? We've had 2 amazing macro games. Do you want to see something a little bit different?
I would have minded a cheese in the last game, but I feel like in this game, in the game match, I feel like you can't throw a cheese out there. I feel like it's too risky. For either.
It's either that or it's the perfect time to go for it. I don't know.
I'm not
sure. We're going to see what we're getting into here. Right. So, in our bottom right, we have our Purple Protoss repping the Platinum Hero clan. It is Samwise.
And in the top left, our winner of match number 2, the red Zerg, he is Solar. What are your bet? If we're placing bets, who are you thinking is going to take it?
I don't know. Neither one of these players are Terran, so I can't bet against the Terran. Because I'm still struggling to find my own main between Protoss and Zerg, so I don't know. I'm having like an existential crisis on that question.
Honestly, skill-wise, I feel like these two players are really even.
Yes.
I can't like. I don't think either of them really.
Okay, so this is a good patrol path to block.
Yep. Now he's got to make sure he's circling there. I don't want him to spend too much time on this. Okay, yeah, he just put the patrol path there.
Ooh.
Perfect. Oh, and he pylon blocks. The mad lad. Love it. It's going to force Solar to go take his second base somewhere else at the third base location. I would love to see him cancel this pylon.
Oh, yes. Definitely need to cancel the pylon and get that money back.
Finish that, yeah. Okay, he does cancel it. Very nice. Well done. And he made him... So now, if I was Samwise, now I would cheese.
Maybe.
I would 8-gate Zealot Rush this guy. 100%.
I get you. Yeah.
100%.
Charge lot rush, the stalker pressure, something.
I would cheese now.
Warp Prism Immortal Juggle?
Yeah.
I don't know if... I'm not brave enough to try that one.
The Warp Prism Immortal Juggle. I mean, juggling it's harder than it looks. The pros make it look so easy. It is very difficult. Especially while trying to not get your Warp Prism killed by a queen.
Yep.
Alright, so other than that interesting start we had, everything's basically normal. We just have a Zerg with a slightly
awkward net.
Yeah, natural base.
It's and a lot of people would be like, well, that's not a big deal, but it really kind of is.
Yeah,
it throws off the Zerg's rhythm.
It throws off the rhythm. It makes it harder to defend. I mean, until he gets this third base up, really, it's going to be... I mean, once he gets this third base up, he can just transfer everything that was on his nat over to his actual natural if he wants to. And make it,
but I mean, also you got to think that is not a normal timing for a third. He was forced into that.
He was delayed. He was delayed for sure, and he was delayed on his natural as well.
He was delayed on the natural, but the third seemed really fast.
I usually take my third at around that time.
Maybe compared to where his build was at the time.
Right.
We'll call it that.
We're going back to the Stargate Oracle play here for Samwise. Looks like he's going to be doing the same style of build that he did the first game, I would imagine. A couple of Oracle harass, maybe going to a Phoenix, and then just play a macro game with Immortal Chargelet Archon, I would imagine, and some Storms. Right. The question is, what will Solar do after getting that early harass in with that probe? Looks like he's going into a Bane nest, which is interesting. We haven't seen any Bane nests out of him yet. Wonder what he's planning on doing with that. You think he's going to plan on going Hydra Bane, or do we think he's going to try to do some sort of Bane bust?
Well, I would say the lack of a Roach Warren tells me that he's going into Zerglings, but he had a really late Roach Warren in the first game.
Right.
But he just queued up 10 Zerglings. So I would say that he's going for probably Ling Bane Muto or Ling Bane Hydra, depending on the flavor. It also depends on how much Stargate tech that Samwise goes into.
Right. So the spores are a little bit late, so he is going to be able to get a few kills with that Oracle. He gets 6, which is honestly pretty good, and the Oracle's still alive. Although the Oracle's just kind of chilling there. He needs to move that Oracle.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, the Oracle's not moving, but neither are the Queens. Okay, here we go. The Spore Crawler is up also, so that's important.
He's a depth.
But he does get it out this time. That's a plus.
Yeah, saving the Oracle is huge. That Oracle gets so much value with Revelation. Right. Like, it's honestly insane how much value you can get out of an Oracle.
But scouting wise, he also knows that Solar has a bunch of Zerglings.
Yeah, these Zerglings are coming across the map, and Samwise doesn't have any attacks
down
here.
Your Oracles. There you go. Oh, that one Oracle doesn't have energy.
He should be able to clean
Okay,
this up.
there we go. Save the base. That's
if
good.
there was some more, if there was a few more Zerglings there though, that would have been pretty scary.
Yes,
Without
I
any
agree.
adepts there to help.
Okay. I mean, all in all, the saturations look pretty good. We got 2 Evo chambers going down
On the
for
other
the
side, we got
Zerg.
a Forge and a Twilight, or Twilight Council coming up.
Twilight, yeah, the Robo's already made. He's making a War Prism right now.
Going for the Warp.
Early
Prism,
Immortal for
Immortal
defense.
out.
I like that.
Yep. The Zerg, honestly, I would like to see another base out of. He's going for Hydras, it looks like. So he's going to be doing Hydra Ling Bane. It would appear.
We have a Void Ray coming out.
Do we?
We have a Void Ray.
That is an interesting call.
A Void Ray with a Templar Archive. There's a lot going down right now for Samwise. He's just putting down everything.
I wonder if he's making this Void Ray in place of the normal Phoenix that you would get to try to push away these just to try to push away these Overlords, so he doesn't get Nidus.
I mean, you have the added bonus of it being able to attack the ground, but it's also a lot slower.
Yeah, I don't see him going. Like, I feel like this is just to kill Overys around his base. I feel like he's not going to be going air.
Probably.
Because if he was going air, like mass Void Rays,
Okay, so I expected that to attack a lot sooner.
Yeah, I think he had it. I think he had a move commanded across the map. He might have wanted to go across and get some drone kills with that. Honestly,
right.
I've seen Vibe do that a couple of times.
The Oracle scouting for that illustrious third base.
Yep. He throws down a Revelation. That's what, if you guys don't know, that's what this little thing above the Zerg head here is. It means it's revelated, and the Protoss can see any unit that has that little thing above its head. For I think it's a period of 60 or 30 seconds. I don't know the exact time.
So it will be Ling Hydra so far.
Yep.
I actually haven't seen any Banes morph, but Baneling speed is coming.
Yeah,
along with Hydra
yeah,
range.
here comes the Banes.
There we go.
So he's probably just delaying the Banes for a little bit. Oracle's coming back in. See if we can get done. The fourth base is like
the fourth.
Pretty delayed. Like, I would say a good 40 seconds delayed.
Yeah, that's that rhythm that I was talking about earlier.
Yep.
Zerg has a rhythm that they go through every match, and if that gets mucked up in any way, we just gotta kind of take what we can get.
It's true. Delaying that that little probe harass of the natural, like, it seems like such a small thing, but really it does hurt a lot, the Zerg player.
And I will note that Samwise actually has +1 attack before the Zerg does.
Yep, although the Zerg is about to have 1-1.
True. 1-1.
Storm is about to complete, so he'll have Storm, and he's got quite a few High Templar ready to go with that.
Some Archons, too.
Oh, he's blowing up Banelings to kill this rock. No. Oh, no.
Oh, no, he's not.
He did. Oh, no.
He just A-moved the entire army.
Oh, no. How many did he connect on that rock? Oh, no.
Oh, I'm not even sure.
I saw 3 connect on it. Oh, God.
Oh.
That hurts, alright? That hurts.
We all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes, yeah. But that hurts. I've done that before, and then I look at the screen, I'm like, oh, God, what did I just do?
Right.
It looks like Samwise wants to attack.
It seems like he does. He's hesitating.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like he's pushing, yeah. He's going in for an attack. What does Solar have to counter?
Well,
he's got a
lot of
decent amount
Hydras.
of Hydras. I'd like to see more Banelings. Honestly, I think he's got enough Hydras to push us back.
Oh, he is splitting the army too. I don't know if that's to attack
It looks
or
like
to
he's
harass,
going to wrap that other one around the back, and then he's going to hit this bigger portion in the front, is what I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready to attack.
Oh, he's just standing in the storms. Ooh, those are some juicy, juicy storms.
Oh, that
But
took a lot of Hydras.
Attacking the back was pretty good, but, I mean...
took out an Archon with that. Distracted the rest of them to take out the Archon. Now, but the thing is, like, he's got no units left.
He's got no units. He's got a Warp Prism in his face. Like, I'm thinking this is GG, honestly.
Yeah, he doesn't have those magical
this.
corrosive biles to connect with that prism anymore.
Yeah. He's got 17 Hydras on the way, but I don't think 17 Hydras is going to be enough. Not with a warp prism
Oh,
in your
and
face.
they're all Archons that are being made right now. Just warping in High Templar.
I'm
Oh,
pretty
he's
sure
making
this
a
is GG
lurker.
here.
Oh, that might be too little too late.
Shoot.
And he put in such an awkward spot. You got it there.
Oh, the move command. Oh, I didn't like that.
I mean, he's also got observers here, so those lurkers aren't going to get much done. GG.
GG, Samwise takes it. Well played. Samwise coming out on top with the victory in that one. 2-1 over his opponent, Solar. They both played pretty good matches, though. I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it as well.